Now we begin with lesson 17.3, combining transformation of quadratic functions. Now we're going to answer this per activity, understanding quadratic functions of the form gx equal a x minus h squared plus k. Now we see the step A. We're going to use the sequences to the graph ex equal 2x minus 3 squared plus 1. Then we're going to graph first the parent function, and it's going to be x squared. Then stretch the graph vertically by the factor 2 to obtain the graph of 2x squared. Now we have the values. X and x squared is going to be minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. We have x squared is 4, 1, 0, 1, and 4. Now we obtain 2x squared. Now I'm going to find for 8, 2, 0, 2, and 8. We're going to do the graph. The parent graph is 2 and 4, minus 1 and 1, 0 and 0, and the other one. Here is the parent graph. Now we're going to do the 2x squared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 and 2, minus 1 and 2, 0 and 0, 1 and 2, and 2 and 9. We have to obtain this graph. Okay, now we have this graph 2x minus 3 squared plus 1. Then we want to leave the values of we're going to leave there the two graphs, and we want to raise here to obtain the values of the next. It's going to be 2x minus 3 squared then we want to add ex complete. Okay, it's this plus 1. Okay, now we're going to substitute the values and obtain here 2, and then it's minus 2 minus 3 squared. Okay, minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5 squared. Is going to be 25 times 2 is 50. Now here is 2 minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4. Square is going to be 16. Then it's going to be 32. Now this 2 minus 3 squared is going to be 2 to 9 is going to be 18. Now here it's 2, 1 minus 3 is minus 2. The square is going to be 8. Now this 2 times 2 minus 3 it's minus 1. The square is going to be 2. And we continue. 3 and 4. That's 2. Then 3 minus 3 is going to be 0. Then we'll obtain 0. And here we'll obtain 2 times 4 minus 3 is 1. The square is going to be 2. Now these values are so great, and I want to understand. We want to have to put it in the graph. We only begin with 1 plus 1. It's 8. plus 1 is going to be 9, 2 plus 1 is going to be 3. 1, 0 plus 1 is going to be 1. 2 plus 1 is going to be 3. Now we're going to do the graph. When we have 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. We want to have 1 and 9, 2 and 3, 3 and 1, 4 and 3. If you check, we translate this equation, that gx equal to x squared, we translate it 3 to the right and 1 to the top. Now we have the vertex in this equation is going to be 3, comma 1, because you check here is 3 and 1. There are the vertex H, K. Okay? Now, we're going to, you finished to answer 644 page. Then we're going to see the example 1. We're going to raise this. Now, we're going to graph EX equal to minus 3, X plus 1, 2, minus 2. If we check, the general form is going to be then here we can obtain the vertex of the parabola. The vertex is going to be, here we check it's minus, then it's going to be minus 1, and k is going to be minus 2. This is the vertex of the graphic. Then we obtain the values x to minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And I substitute here, and I obtain and minus 3, x plus 1 square minus 2. Then we obtain minus 14, minus 5, minus 2, minus 5, and 14. Okay, how do we obtain this? Is to substitute here. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2 squared is 12. Sorry, is 4. It's going to be 2 squared is 4, times 3 is minus 12, minus 2 is 14. Then here is minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, square is 1. Then times 3 it's minus 3, minus 2 is going to be minus 5. Okay? Now we're going to graph that. We obtain 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to be in minus 2, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be in minus 2, it's going to be minus 5. And minus 1 is minus 2. And 0 is going to be minus 5. Sorry, here is minus 14. 1 is minus 14. Then the graph is going to be like this. Okay? Now, did you see it's easy to find what the formula obtain the vertex, and then substitute the values of the x what you want, and then you obtain the graph. Okay? Now we're going to check the example 2. You need to read the example 2 in your book, and we only we begin with the graph, and then we're going to answer it. The example 2. We have this graph. Okay, here's going to be 30. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to graph like this. Here is the point 1, 14, and here is this 0, 30. Here is 1 and here is 2. Okay, now we have the formula, or the function is going to be a t minus h squared plus k. We know the vertex. The vertex of the graph is going to be 0, 30. Then we substitute that values there, then h and k. We obtain f of t is equal to a, I don't know the value of a, I don't know the value of t, minus h is going to be 0 squared plus 30. And we obtain f t equal a t squared plus 30. That's right. Now we know the point of that equation, that is the point 114. Then I substitute the 114, but it's f of 1 and t, it's f of 1 is 14 and t is going to be 1. Then we substitute the values to obtain a. Then it's going to be 14 equal a 1 squared plus 30. Then 14 minus 30, it's going to be a. Then it's going to be minus 16 is going to be a. Now we write the equation for this function is going to be f of t equal minus 16, that's the value of a, t squared plus 30. This is the function for this graph. Okay, now you have to answer, reflect, and your turn, page 646, read example 3 and answer the page 647. Then answer the guided practice, page 648, independent practice 649 until the problem 10.